Welcome, celestial beings. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. This is going to be a general reading for the collective, so not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, and that's okay. Just take what fits and leave the rest. There's some interesting things in the description box, and if you want to support the channel or continue to support the channel, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Just know that when the camera was off, I've done all the things, and now that the camera is on, I am ready to get down to business. So let's talk about it. I'm picking up on the energy of a collective who is waiting, or knowing that there needs to be some type of change in your life, okay? And some of you are actually instigating change, and some of you are contemplating what changes are needed or necessary for you to be where you want to be, do what you want to do, feel how you want to feel. Because right now, I feel like there are some things that are not being addressed. Some of you guys are feeling like that you're being rushed into decisions, rushed into making decisions, having to, I don't know, I don't want to say the word forced, but it's not, you're not given a proper amount of time, or you're not being allotted the time necessary for you to make some decisions, and people want to rush you into situations. For some of you guys, because you've been so like busy with so many things, or there's so much going on, you haven't had the real chance to put a lot of things in perspective. I'm feeling like there needs to be some calm. There needs to be, in order for you to get where you want to go or do what it is necessary to commit to these changes per se, right? That you know is necessary. You can't get to this place of standing in your power or feeling confident about your choices if you're being rushed and if you're being forced, or if it feels forced. Okay. Being forced is bringing this energy of sadness, not being fulfilled, being overwhelmed. Things that you may have planned may be going awry, and not going according to plan because there's so many things throwing it off, or throwing you off those courses, that you can't stick to the plan. Okay. For some of you, because of how things are coming at you or how it's feeling forced and stuff like that, some of y'all are going into isolation. It's a lot to deal with right now. And to be feeling like that you're being pushed into something that you're not quite sure that you want to do, or where you want to be, or anything like that, is causing you to withdraw, or will cause you to withdraw. For some of you, you may just shut down altogether, but we're not trying to get to that point. We're trying to get to where we can confidently make these decisions, do what's required, and be happy with the choices that you do make. Okay, regarding you, the situation, or whatever this is you're going through. You want the sense of stability, you want the sense of peace, you want, that type of thing. But it may just be too difficult or hard for you to get in those moments and to get there. So I feel like that this is what the energy is speaking on, and this is where we are, confidently making these decisions to benefit you, to better you or your situation. So let's confirm and clarify the energies that I am picking up on today. Got that Queen of Wands with the Queen of Wands. You definitely need to get to a point where you can stand in your power. Okay, so again, confidently moving forward in your decisions is definitely the energy down here. Okay, again, you trying to make the most rational decision that's going to keep you, if not get you, in a place of comfort. Okay, I just feel like I just feel like stuff has just been in so much of a disarray that it's hard for you to get to this place of peace, but it's definitely an offering there. There's definitely an ability in it, and it's definitely you definitely can get there, all depending upon what it is that you choose. I feel like some of you guys are gonna it's gonna come to you, and you're gonna be like, Shh, that's what I've been doing all on. That's what I should have been doing all along, or this is what's gonna get me here. Like the ideal is gonna come to you, but first you got to figure out where the conflicts lie. Okay, is the conflicts with other people? Are you not gonna be able to get here because of all the other things that you're doing that's not beneficial to you but may be so beneficial for others? Okay, it's this feeling of something is taking part of you from you, and you can't fully focus on getting here for yourself, doing this for you, so you can see these changes, you can experience these changes, right? But there's some conflict going on. There's some people that is making it hard for you, and that's where some of the sad, not disappointment, but the sadness, feeling unfulfilled, and that's where some of that is coming from, because it's somebody has a piece of you or a part of you, and you're not able to move on whole or feeling whole. So whatever this is that you haven't addressed, or you feel that it's hard to address, definitely has to be addressed before you're able to see these changes or get to these changes or start making these changes. For some of you, it is something that has to do with your past, or somebody that has to do with your past, or a situation from your past that you need to finally settle, that you need to address and settle. Other than that, you're going to keep having these conflicts, and you're not going to be able to walk in that path the way that you want to. Again, and the word is its confidence. You may Your confidence level may be low at this time, and it may be hard for you to even take action or move on anything because of how you are feeling. Okay, some of you guys feel like you're just not ready. You're just not ready for this change or to make change, and that you may just have so much open that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, especially closing off and completing and finalizing and things of that nature. But the goal is to get to this soft life. The goal is to feel at peace, to move differently, to chip away at the parts and the people and the things that are no longer serving you, so you can get into these better spaces mentally, physically, spiritually, get to these areas of stability without taking on too much, doing too much, or leaving pieces and parts of you behind with other people. Call back your power. Close these loose ends and these loose ties, because that's what's keeping you from this peace that you're searching for, this peace that you deserve, this peace that you want to have. Okay, for some, it could be some entanglements that you need to untangle yourself from. Okay, this is just the energy that I'm picking up on, but definitely, I know it feels like it's hard to decide on what to do next to make these change, or to just change because of loose ends. Pretty much is what I'm getting. Okay, whether this is connections, personal relationships, business relationships, jobs, family, friend, whatever, wherever this resonates, in order to get to some type of peace or to some type of change, you're going to have to stick to something. Well, first, you're going to have to decide something, stick to it, Let me rewind that. You're going to have to decide something. You're going to have to heal. Okay. Then you're going to have to stick to whatever it was that you decided. And now that you're healed, you're going to be able to walk confidently in your decisions, in your choices, to get to these moments of peace and to get to this more stable life and to get to this era and this area that you want to be in. That's the message. All right, let's get these final messages out here. You got it. You got it. It's just the action part. It's the action part that's missing. On top of the healing, and then you're gonna be all good. All good. We have emotional withdrawal, which makes sense in this energy because the confidence isn't there, right? Positive movement forward. That's another 8. So we have 8 so far. And that's because, like I said, you're going to get there. You're just going to have to heal. So when people and forces and things come up against you, the hits don't stick like people want them to. And you'll be able to, it's not going to stick, but it'll be repelled, or you won't take it as hard as it's supposed to be delivered to you, or things of that nature. We're needing you to stand firm in authority. That's why we gotta make sure our confidence is right. All right, and we have seek. So some of you guys, it's more of something internal that needs to be healed, so you can have that positive movement forward. But for right now, that isolation that I saw, that I picked up on, okay, I do have 999 down here, which means that you're almost there. You're almost at where you need to be to get this change to moving, to rolling, okay? Because we definitely need to see the change. The emotional withdrawal, I feel, is temporary until you figure it out, until you heal, until you build up that confidence. Then comes that authority. You're going to stand on your business once that confidence is built. So whatever somebody throw at you after you done made your changes and made your mind up that this is how you want things and this is how it's going to be, so nobody can sway you, okay? The answers is always within. Whatever these changes that are that you need to make, you know why you need to make them. You know what effects it will be if you don't make them, right? You know the consequences, all right? And you know the benefits. You know the goods and you know the bads. You know the comparisons. You know what I'm saying? Everything, the answers is always inside of you. And you need to go with what your heart and your soul tells you, not what anybody else tells you. What you know is going to be best and better for you. Okay? So it's great things for you on the horizon once you've changed, or actually made those changes, healed, get confident in your decisions, okay? So nobody can sway you, and then move on forward with your change so you can live that softer, peaceful, more peaceful life that you want to experience for yourself right now. And that's what I have for my collective. And I'm not worried about y'all because y'all got this. And until next time, I love you, I love you, I love you.